This is Hannibal back here with another update. The Rock's daughter, NXT star Ava Rain, has apparently deleted her X account due to receiving death threats over this angle they're doing with The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes. Apparently, the intention, and it is working very well, of The Rock replacing Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania in the Roman Reigns match is to get Cody Rhodes more over as a babyface, and it's working. Fans feel bad for him and have sympathy from him that The Rock comes in and takes his place. But make no mistake about it, The Rock is a draw. After The Rock appeared on SmackDown Friday, there was an additional more than 3,000 tickets sold for Raw on Monday of people thinking that The Rock might actually show up on Raw, which, by the way, he didn't. But just the thought of The Rock showing up, possibly, sold an additional 3,000 tickets. The Rock is by far the biggest draw in wrestling. Now, death threats, I mean, you got to take them seriously, and I'm not making light of them. But probably by her deleting her Twitter account, that probably brought more attention to this angle, that the heat that the fans are giving this whole thing with The Rock and Cody Rhodes. I'll be honest, as the Cody Rhodes fans might be upset about it, and again, this is designed for them to be upset. Most mainstream people that don't follow wrestling regularly but are going to watch that match because they're fans of The Rock don't even know who Cody Rhodes is. And cool people, honestly, are never going to cheer Cody Rhodes over The Rock. No offense to the Cody Rhodes fans. I love everyone that listens to this. Oh, and by the way, we reached 375,000 subscribers on the Hannibal TV. So I thank you guys all for listening. Brock Lesnar has been removed from the cover of WWE 2K24. The gameplay trailer was released today, and John Cena is replacing The Rock on the cover. Gunther has publicly expressed interest in wanting to wrestle Okada, who is expected to debut in either WWE or AEW soon. Gunther talking about it leads me to believe it's more likely WWE. The doctor checking in from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Alan Kesselman, one of the members, thank you for your support, agrees with me. Al, as far as a three-way with The Rock and Reigns and Rhodes, honestly, I don't think that's the money match. I think the money match is is a singles match. Be perfectly honest with you, I don't think this is going to be The Rock's last match. Some people are assuming why would this be The Rock's match? He's in fantastic shape. He probably has one of the best physiques in the world. To me, he is the about the as perfect a physique as you can have because he's not overly blown up like these bodybuilders today that just look dinosaurish and they don't actually look like athletes. But The Rock has a better physique than anyone in wrestling. And now that he owns WW or owns TKO stock and is on the board of TKO, why would he only have just one more match? But again, to make it a three-way, I don't know. To me, I don't want to see a three-way. They could very well do it. I personally don't want to see it. The reason Lesnar was removed from the game cover has to do with him being named in that latest Vince McMahon lawsuit for apparently asking for a picture of a girl peeing. He's not being charged with rape or anything like that. But I think just they want to stay away from anyone named in that lawsuit for now. Thank you for the congrats to the doctor. And I'm sure he's talking about my court victory that happened today. My being having my charges withdrawn after dealing with horrific accusations that weren't true for a long time that actually led me to a very bad suicide attempt last summer. That by the great, I only survived that by the grace of God, and I'm still recovering from it. Who's going in the WWE Hall of Fame this year? Well, I wish it was Sid. By the way, I talked to Sid for about an hour today, and he finds this whole McMahon thing hilarious. He actually told me stories about McMahon, Patterson, and other people in the WWE staff, which he asked me not to repeat, and I'm not going to repeat them. But he told me a lot of stories about stuff he's seen that he doesn't want to go public about. But he's very entertained by all these McMahon accusations. As he says, he's still in the whipping post with WWE. By the way, nothing against the Bellas, but how the hell did the Bellas get in the WWE Hall of Fame before Sid? We should have a Mike McGurk interview. I agree. I agree. I will actually check in with her. Alfred Piper's doing great. Young Macho Man Billy Jack Haynes lost a pet. He wants to go on and talk about these Vince McMahon allegations specifically. I talk to Billy Jack almost every day, and he's been dealing with the loss of a pet that he was very, very close to, and his wife was very close to. So it's taken a toll on him. But he says he's gonna do a podcast with me this week. Someone says people take shit too far. Death threats, really? I'll admit it. I've had lots of death threats myself, tons of them. Um, but again, the Rock's daughter is a female, and it's the Rock's daughter. So you got to take that very seriously. Mike, the Nasty Boys are not going in the Hall of Fame. There's footage of knobs out there saying the N word. They're not going to put them in the Hall of Fame. Alan Kesselman says McMahon and Patterson were such low lives. I don't know why so many people give Patterson a pass with all the accusations that are out there about him. There's so many. Like at some point, with all the accusations, I don't know. I've heard a lot of stuff about Patterson too from people going on and off the record about it. Thank you, young Macho Man Savage. Appreciate it. ETF Media heard that Dwayne Johnson considered hiring Ronnie Garvin to protect his daughter due to his hands of stone. You know what? I agree with that. I agree with that. Michael, yes, I will do another Ken Patera interview. I was actually thinking of that this weekend. I will do that very soon. I'm going to give him a call this week. Rick Martel is in Quebec City, Quebec, about 4 hours drive from me. I would love to interview him. Paul Diamond Part 2, possible. Andrea's Iron Mike Sharp in the Hall of Fame 2024. I don't think we're going to see Iron Mike Sharp in the WWE Hall of Fame ever. Although he's remembered by a lot of the 80s and early 90s fans. I don't think we're going to see him in there. By the way, speaking of Mike Sharp, there is a bad, Billy Jack Haynes beat up Mike Sharp once for trying to get rough with him in the ring. There's a clip out there that you guys could find if you watch the Raw match of Mike Sharp versus Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, which everyone pronounces Kurt Hennig for some reason. But yeah, he hits Hennig a little bit too hard, and Hennig actually roughs Mike up in the ring. And by the way, there's an interview out there with Sean Stasiak that was talking about the plane ride from hell, where Hennig actually got fired over a scuffling match he had with Lesnar. And Lesnar did not win that match between him and Kurt Hennig. It was even. So Kurt Hennig could hold his own. How's Virgil's health? Good question. Good question. I'm not close with Virgil, although I have interviewed him, and there's, I think, 3 or 4 interviews on him total. The Pounding the Meat podcast guy, Vinny, aired a couple of his podcasts with Virgil on this channel. I don't think I've ever even met Virgil. All I know is the guys that run his Twitter account, the Megan boys, who were also the Iron Sheik's Twitter guys. They had promised me interviews with Vader, or sorry, with Virgil and Iron Sheik, and never followed through. I ended up getting the Virgil interview with somebody else. Stasiak tape recordings. I can understand why the wrestlers were mad about that. I can understand why the wrestlers were mad at it. I see his side of it, but I can definitely understand why the wrestlers were mad. As far as Sean Stasiak, I would consider him a friend. And when I was wrestling in Texas, he was definitely an advisor to me sometimes. He gave me a lot of advice, so I got nothing to say about bad to say about Sean. Piper's doing great, Mike. Thanks for asking. Have a great night.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates.